And so on, on around between the 13th and the 16th, in the District of Columbia and in New York City, bars started being closed, and everything in both New York and Washington and a lot of other cities, and including in California, practically everything was shut down by St. Patrick's Day, which was the 17th. And they didn't all close on the same day, but very suddenly, as you probably know, bar owners, particularly restaurants and particularly bars, particularly the gay bars and discos, they were all shut down very suddenly. I don't think that the owners of these establishments really thought this was going to happen this suddenly, because I've talked to some of them. But anyway, one person got mad at me for even going out and myself in public when I should have known better. But of course, after the 16th, I did change my own behavior very rapidly and have pretty much stayed home ever since. And then around the 1st of April, we were told we should start using masks, and we should make them at home if we had to, if we didn't have anything, because you couldn't buy them very easily. Now you can. And I had a t-shirt for a while, and then I got a couple of pretty strong, good masks in the mail, and I got some cloth masks and everything, so I'm in pretty good shape now on that. But I started becoming much more careful myself in the late March. For example, having my mailbox mail forwarded to me once a week and so forth, and doing my own grocery shopping and everything, using seniors hours. But now I'm pretty careful. I'm not, actually being careful to wash my hands after touching anything outside when I get home, just soap and water and so forth. So yeah, the thing that about this is the early reports, because the CDC testing was not very good, as you know, in February. I really didn't think there were that many cases, and there really were. And then you saw the exponential spread in late March, and then in April and so forth. And you saw what happened in New York City, particularly, and now you're seeing what's happening every place else. Part of the problem, of course, is the mathematics of the chain reaction exponential spread. But part of the problem is that the number of the tests that had been done, more of them should have come back positive than did, and they should have been processed much more quickly than they were. So even my own understanding personally in early March of the severity of this problem wasn't sufficient, even though I had written a third-party blog post. I had published a third-party posting on my own blog about it and had started writing about it. I really felt that if most people got over it on their own, which it still seemed like was true at the time, that simply contact tracing, and if you just were careful where you went, you wouldn't be contacted and you wouldn't be quarantined, except you did be very careful about flying, because you can't control who you're sitting next to. But if you were careful, you'd be okay. By mid-March, we understood that the problem for the hospitals, the explosion of cases, that this was spreading so quickly with asymptomatic spread, and before transmission, it was spreading so fast that even if most people get over it quickly, then you'll still have a tremendous number of severe illnesses and people on ICUs and people on ventilators and so forth. So this was really the way you perceive this. It took me, even though I sort of knew that, it's obvious from the January posts I had thought about it, I really didn't think that this would happen, despite what happened in Italy, until about mid-March. So that's where I was.